Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you this delicious yet simple recipe. You could call it an Italian recipe if you like. Anybody could make this. Very simple, very tasty. I am using spaghetti for this recipe. I'm using basil, I'm using tomato sauce, and I'm using Parmesan cheese, which is my favorite, but again, you don't have to use my same items. You could use some other cheese if you like. So for this particular recipe, I am going to cut up everything first. We have our onion, we have our carrot. I'm going to chop up the carrot first. Make sure that, again, every little piece of carrot is small. You don't want to taste it too much in your sauce. You want it to be there, but not too big. So if you can see, cut it up pretty small. Now we're gonna chop up half an onion. Again, very small. And next up is our garlic, also very small. Get your things up, get your chili powder ready, get your pot ready. So we have carrots, we have onions, and we have a little tiny bit of garlic. For this recipe, I am going to use a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, this is my salt, and a little bit of black pepper. So first thing first, keep calm and cook on. This recipe is really easy. You just have to follow the steps. Make sure you do everything at a certain pace because you want to make sure that your sauce cooks. So first thing first, when I put the oil in the pot, it is still cold. So I have not turned on the stove yet. As soon as I put the oil on, I put it all the way up and make sure that it starts cooking before I put the ingredients in, because we want to make sure that as soon as it touches, it makes that noise that it's frying up. And then as soon as I put all of the ingredients in there, I'm going to lower it down to like a 4 or 5 for those of you with the electric ones. Let's get the garlic in there. If we can. Let's make sure that we mix it up and that it spreads all the way around. You want to make sure that everything cooks nicely. You don't want anything to get attached to the pot. Keep on mixing. Make sure that it's getting smaller, softer, and ready to be part of our sauce. So now we're gonna add our little sauce. This is the one that I'm using this time. We're gonna mix up our sauce, make sure it's all good in there. We're gonna keep the level high for now until it starts boiling. Once it starts boiling, we can cover it up with the lid. Leave a little tiny bit of it open and make sure you keep on mixing it. Again, you don't want it to get attached to the pot. You don't want it to burn. Now we're gonna add a little bit of basil. And you also want to make sure that you keep on mixing that basil. The sauce is going to take a good 45 minutes to an hour to cook, just because I like to keep it low and I like to make sure that it does cook very well. You don't want your sauce to be too sour. If it doesn't cook enough, it may be sour. It's also good to add sugar. Remember the sugar. So now we're going to cut up our zucchini to fry it all up. You want to make sure that the zucchini is not too thick, not too thin, and they're circular. Same thing with this pot. Make sure the oil is nice and hot. Make sure they're frying up, and make sure that they don't burn. You want them a certain color. They gotta be a little bit golden, not burned. I'm gonna put them aside once they're ready. And we want to get our pasta going. In all of this, don't forget, mix your sauce. I always use Barilla, and I like my angel hair. You guys can pick whatever you like. Get the cheese ready, the pasta's ready, and we can start making our little plates. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of sauce in the pot with the spaghetti first and mix it all up. You want to make sure that no spaghetti is white. Mix it all up, make sure it's all good to go. Now that we have a little plate, we're gonna start setting it up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of sauce on top, but every part of the spaghetti does have sauce. We're gonna add a little bit of cheese on top. A lot if you're like me, because I love cheese. And then just remember, put the zucchini on top. Not too many, you know. Some people like more, some people like less. It just really adds to the flavor to have that nice zucchini in there. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of basil on top just to add up to the flavor. When you eat and you're eating spaghetti and sauce and zucchini and there's basil with cheese in there, it's really gonna taste great. It adds very well, very good taste. Again, very simple pasta, by the way.